with me this week. He was not recently arrested in Venezuela. God, why did I go with that one? It's Tyler Carcara.
Do you want to take that one again?
Nah, you know, I'm a one-take kind of guy. I'm a real Clint Eastwood of podcast intros.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah. You think if Clint Eastwood could make a movie that came out as he shot a take, he would do it?
The Clint Eastwood Nicolas Maduro movie. How old is Clint? Can we get Clint on that now?
Clint's somewhere in a warehouse talking to an empty chair right now, planning it out.
Yeah, it's going to be sick.
Do you think Clint Eastwood's ever heard of a storyboard?
Yeah, he had to have seen them. He works with, like, John Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
God, he has
Or did
been
John
working.
Ford do storyboards? John Ford also seems like the type of guy that would have been like, oh, we'll get out to the desert. You put the camera there. This is how you do it every time. I don't know how John Ford talks. I can only imagine him as David Lynch. So.
Did he worked with Sergio Leone, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sergio Leone's got to be a storyboard guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Had to be. Gotta be. Anyway.
Tyler, it's the year 2026. It's the fourth day of the year 2026. There's many things to look forward to on the horizon in 2026, such as watching GTA get delayed again.
Oh yeah,
watching into the Beyond the Spider-Verse get delayed again.
Well, Spider-Verse already got delayed to 27, so
yeah, just enjoying watching the things that you want get delayed to 2027. So, as a result of that, we're going to delay our 2026 analysis to 2027.
Hell yeah,
pretty good seller for that, right? Here's what we're gonna do. Let's predict some headlines for January 1st, 2027.
Okay.
This is a gimmick that we did on BASKEY a few years ago, and then Mike came back and totaled it up, and I actually nailed like 3 or 4 predictions, which I was very impressed with myself about. So I would not expect that again, especially because some of these are jokes, and that does not help my ability to get them right. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 headlines, and I can rattle through as many of these as you want, as few of them as you want.
I have fewer than that, but I definitely have a couple as well.
All right, why not lead it off with my 2 free space ones?
Yeah, go for it.
So my first free space one, LeBron teases retirement. January 1st, 2027. LeBron teases retirement. I have that labeled as a free space.
What's interesting about that one is that it implies that he will be back next year.
Yes.
But it does not say where he's playing.
No. Let's see. What's Utah thinking? They're going to...
Yes,
who has max contract space? Yeah. My other free space one. Go ahead.
LeBron, I just to dive in here. The fact that he will only take a full contract is absurd to me.
Yeah.
Like LeBron, you're the richest, one of the 5 richest athletes in the world. Take a fucking minimum contract and go win a championship, you loser.
I wonder when it was that he switched and stopped being like a rings guy. After the 2020 ring? After that, he's like, I got enough.
Now, here's the thing about LeBron that might sort of work in the Jordan debate. I think LeBron is going to be much more successful than Jordan post-playing career.
He's not going to lose all his money gambling.
Well, that. And also, if he does own a team, I bet they'll be good at basketball. Although, from what I understand, LeBron... did you see the interview the other day where LeBron was like... They're like, LeBron, what was it like playing against this young guy? What do you think this... I can't remember who it was. Remember this young guy? How was it? And he was like, oh, he kicked our ass today. I hadn't really watched him before. I mostly just play golf now.
Yeah,
I did hear about that. LeBron is that old guy like practicing his swing with no club in the clubhouse, you know? Like that's what he's up to.
I tried to pull up a list.
I feel like LeBron's checked out.
I tried to pull up a list of the people that LeBron supposedly said that he liked before the draft, and I couldn't find the list. I mean, obviously, he's the reason the Lakers drafted Bronny, so maybe not the best GM on the planet.
Yeah, but he only has like one more son to draft.
Yeah. What about his kid from Space Jam? That guy's just going to be a computer programmer, right? He's not even going into the NBA.
Yeah, exactly. That kid's going places.
He's got to take down Don Cheadle.
It's going to be crazy when LeBron uses algorithm to run his basketball team. He's got AI running his basketball team.
That was a movie I saw in theaters.
Crazy. I think the only good thing that came out of that was the bit in the new season of Rick and Morty where they kill themselves from the Space Jam. They're like, These are ourselves from Space Jam. They were begging for death, Morty. That's pretty funny.
Space Jam, now a Netflix property.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not if the U.S. government has anything to say about that.
Dave Ellison.
Yeah.
My other free space one. Adam Silver notes that the NBA is planning to retool the All-Star game.
Yeah, that's an evergreen one, dude.
Can you... Okay, here. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. 60 seconds. Explain how the All-Star game works this year.
This year is like a really confusing, like 3-team U.S. versus world round robin thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
Okay.
That's it.
So
That's all I
here
got.
are some of the things that you're forgetting. The players that still get in are going to be equally from the East and West. It's still weighted towards the fan vote, but with GMs and coaches deciding votes, and Adam Silver having the ability to put anyone in or out that he wants. However, every roster needs to have at least 18 U.S. players. There's going to be 18 U.S. players and 18 world players. And however they need to adjust things to make those numbers fit. So if the fan vote comes in, and across the West and East, there is 24 U.S. players and 8 international players, they will then add the extra international players just to the bottom of the roster based off Adam Silver's discretion. But then, even though it's East and West, then when we play in East and West, it'll be 2 U.S. teams and 1 international team. And they'll play in a round-robin tournament where they play all 3 games on the same day, and then whoever wins the most of those games plays each other in the final.
My eyes are rolling back in my head.
Yeah.
Guys.
Adam Silver is like a guy, like he's a hat on a hat kind of guy, or like a pizza on a pizza. Like Adam Silver orders a pizza, and when they say what toppings do you want on it, he orders a second pizza on top of it and doesn't see the issue with that. Like he gets an idea. Like this one, he clearly saw the success of the 4 nations the NHL had last year. 4 nations, very simple concept. What are the 4 best hockey nations in the world? Let's get the best players from all 4 nations. They'll play a round-robin tournament. He sees that and goes, yeah, we'll do that. But then he's like, all right, but like, how do we also make this soccer?
Yeah. But how do we also make this soccer is the key thing. Adam Silver wants the NBA to be soccer so
he does.
bad.
Yeah.
He wants it to be soccer so bad. They're going to have a European league. Yeah, dude, it's so bad. This is why the NFL runs everything. Is their All-Star game is meaningless and happens after the season. So the attention during the season is never put on the All-Star game. They just go, oh, that guy made a Pro Bowl. Cool. End of discussion.
Yeah.
Versus that, like I'm at the point where I'm like, that's just what All-Star Weekend should be. All-Star Weekend just be a week, an actual week off for everybody. No All-Star game.
Here, and you also have to weigh it because all these leagues are so dead set on making the All-Star Weekend work. And the reason the NHL's worked is because Canadians and Americans hate losing to each other. And the result of that was that like major players for important teams got hurt and missed major time after that. And that's the trade-off you have to take. You can either have a meaningless All-Star game where no one's going to get hurt, or you can somehow institute meaning into games that don't count in the standings and people are going to get hurt. And Adam Silver wants like the best of both worlds where no one gets hurt and also the games matter.
Yeah, it's like he just wants to go back to the 90s when it was like everyone kind of cared a little bit about the All-Star game still.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see it happening ever again, really. That's the funny thing is like I haven't watched an All-Star game since I was 12.
Yeah,
when I was a kid, I was locked in. It's All-Star Weekend. Great. I'm watching the dunk contest. I'm watching the All-Star game. I'm an adult man. I gotta go watch the Testament of Ann Lee, okay?
Yeah.
I gotta go catch that in 70 millimeter. I'm not watching a bad basketball. I barely have time to watch good basketball.
You gotta watch the bad Bears game today.
Yeah, exactly. I did move my tickets so I could watch. I decided I was taking the Bears season for granted.
Yeah,
I want to enjoy it a little bit.
That's a good call.
Luxuriate in it a little bit. That's going to come back and bite me in the ass, and the Lions are going to kick our ass again. We're going to have to play the Rams next week. Anyway.
You want to give me one of your headlines for 2027?
Checking in on the post-Kerr Warriors.
Ooh.
Some weird shit going on in Golden State, dude. He and Draymond are getting into arguments on the sideline. Curry seems weirdly checked out for the most checked-in player of the last 15 years. I don't know, man. I think unfortunately, and it always, nothing ever ends well,
Right.
And I think this Warriors team is going out with a whimper, in a kind of sad way.
So first off, I do want to say, I think now's the only time we'll have a chance to bring this up. So it's a little bit of a side tangent. Draymond Green's having a fucking horrible season.
Yeah, he's so bad. He's so wild. He was borderline productive the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Just on the back of, he can play defense and he's not a ball stopper.
Right.
He can facilitate a little bit. And he's just getting older. And now he's not as good a defender. And as soon as Draymond Green is not one of the 10 best defenders in the NBA, he needs to be off the court. You cannot have him on the court.
Yeah. He's turned into a complete turnover machine. He's shooting so poorly from 3 that everyone just goes under screens. So he's just taking wide open 3s and hitting like 20% of them.
Get him on the Magic. He'll fit right in.
Yeah. No, he's not good at defense anymore.
Oh, shit. You're right. Well, neither are the Magic, so it works out.
I actually had a Warriors headline too. Mine's a little bit more specific, I guess. But I think that both of our headlines can fit together, which I think is fun. My headline: the Warriors ride an 11-game win streak during the Draymond Green retirement tour. So it's kind of like a Harbaugh-Lamar situation. Like you think that this offseason it's like either Kerr or Draymond's got to go.
But instead, one last ride, last dance.
Last dance when they get the 8th seed and lose in the play-in?
Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be good. Here's the thing, though. The play-in has been buoyed by the fact that that Steph Curry and the Warriors have been in it half the time.
Yeah.
What are we going to do when it's just Josh Giddey,
Yeah, we'll Giddey, mainstay. Eventually we'll get some Con Knipple, LaMelo Ball, Ryan Cockburner in there. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Who else is a fun play-in team in the West? It's hard now. The Dallas Mavericks? Are people getting out of bed to watch Cooper Flagg in the play-in?
That's a great question. Yeah, I would be interested in the Mavericks, especially if Kyrie's back.
Yeah.
If Kyrie's back, I'm in.
Do you want to do another headline since I just did one off the back of yours, or?
Yeah, sure. I can do another one. I have here, Giannis Antetokounmpo says to Milwaukee Bucks, "Please God, please trade me, please, I'll go anywhere."
I have almost the same thing. My headline is Giannis signals to Bucks that one day he may think about considering to hint at a trade request.
I genuinely think the biggest problem with the Milwaukee Bucks trading Giannis Antetokounmpo is the new rules. There's only like 3 teams that you could trade for Giannis, under the new rules. And the funny thing about it is like the Rockets kind of blew their wad. I don't know why the Thunder would blow up their thing. San Antonio, that's a weird fit with Wemby. So all of a sudden you're like, God, where do you Atlanta? Like what? There's just not a good fit for him. Like, does Giannis to Atlanta in a trade that would have to include one of Dyson Daniels or Jalen Johnson, right? Like, definitely Trey, obviously.
Definitely Trey, yeah. And then if you're the Bucks, if you're going to move off of him, you would say Jalen Johnson.
Bucks, yeah, you're like, I don't want just Trey and a bunch of picks, although I guess those picks would be good. Well, no, they wouldn't because they're the Atlanta's. Yeah, because you don't have any of your picks.
Yeah, and like Atlanta holds one of your picks right now.
Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't get it. That trade doesn't make sense to me. Not to, I feel bad bringing up the Magic every time I do it, but Zach Lowe says Paolo Banchero for Giannis. That's what he wants right now. In his most recent pod, he did a whole segment on it. And I don't know how I feel about that.
By the way, just to butt in here, the next time the Bucks have their own pick with no chance of it going anywhere is their first round pick in 2031. They have traded their first and
Aaron
second
Rodgers
round
is going to be
pick.
president by then.
Yeah, they've traded their first and second round pick with some layers of protection on some of those and some swaps and things like that every year between 2026 and 2030.
Jesus Christ. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where Giannis goes.
Yeah,
I would
so
be intrigued by Giannis to the Magic, but it would bum me out.
He has 2 years left at $58 million. So next year, if they trade him next year, it'll be an expiring deal, which is easier to make work.
Yeah.
But
if you're the Bucks, do you take Paolo straight up, or do you have to attach another good player, or do you? Because the Magic don't really have any picks to trade after paying.
yeah, I mean, it would have to be Paolo plus something because, as much as I like Paolo Banchero, A, kind of a weird season, but B, he's not won an MVP.
Yeah, but like that's my thing is like, what is that plus? Is it Tristan Da Silva or is it Anthony Black? Because one of those I would be willing to do, and one of them I wouldn't. You know.
You think you could trick him into taking Jamal Mosley?
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
Yeah. Just put him in like a headband and tell everyone he's Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, I'm into it. Boy, you want to do another one?
Yeah, I'll give you another one. This is the first one I came up with, and it's because I like thinking about the draft. I'm a big draft guy, and I'm a big awards guy, so I got to kind of double those up on this one. Rookie of the Year frontrunner Cameron Boozer averaging a double-double as the Pacers are a top 3 seed.
Cameron Boozer's going to be really good, dude.
Cameron Boozer, Tyrese Halliburton, Ben Shepherd.
Ben Shepherd, I'm such a Ben Shepherd guy. I love
having a tough season, man. He's having a tough season. He had a great playoff. Having a tough season.
Yeah.
Not the best Ben Shepherd season of all time.
No,
although I don't know what
would
would be. I guess last year's playoffs would be the best Ben Shepherd season of all time.
Yeah, it had to have been last year, right?
Cameron Boozer
Pacers
like
are
a
gonna be
stretch 5
so good.
with Pascal Siakam.
Pacers are going to be good, dude. I don't like that. I hate that, actually, for my Magic.
I just need talent to not be in the West.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to imagine that, it's going to be like Darren Peterson feels like the netsiest player that's ever existed. Like, he's weird. He hasn't played it all this year, and there's no communication about it.
Yeah.
But he's going to come in, and he's going to play like 40 games next year for the Nets. And in those 40 games, you're going to be like, kind of interesting. But, like, they're going to lose they're only going to win like 10 games.
I know. And it's also kind of why it's like a bummer that Toronto's doing so well, because AJ DeBanza to Toronto also just feels so natural.
Yeah, he feels
like,
Toronto-y.
Oh, what do you mean? You just want like a long athletic guy? Yeah, sure. Throw another one on the pile.
No, he's going to be on the Kings.
Sick.
He's gonna have
I got
to
a
sit
Kings
on
one.
the bench behind DeRozan. Yeah, break off the
you
Kings
want
one.
You want Kings one?
Yeah.
The Bulls finalize a trade for Malik Monk.
That's funny. That's pretty good.
Listen, you could almost put it in free space, but the reason it's not a free space one is because Malik Monk. But are we sure that the Bulls and Kings aren't run by the same people?
It might as well be. Does Vivek own both? I mean, in a way, it gets less coverage because he's less front-facing, but there's no way Jerry Reinsdorf has to be the only owner who can contend with Vivek from like a bad basketball management standpoint, right?
The problem is it's for different reasons. Vivek is like, he's like in the episode of It's Always Sunny where Charlie thinks that he's turning into a genius. And it ends with him revealing that he's created a system to allow spiders to talk to cats or whatever. And Reinsdorf is like just Mr. Krabs, but NBA. Like he's just like he refuses to spend any money on anything.
Money, 42 wins. Money.
Yeah. So like all he cares about getting those playing games, get that extra revenue in the door, and not paying Josh Giddey too much money.
Being just good enough to keep butts in seats, you know?
Yeah. Which is Chicago. So I went to a Timberwolves Bulls game that the fans there were like 75% Timberwolves, and it was packed.
Dude, it's so crazy because it comes and goes in Chicago. Where like sometimes I feel like the Chicago crowd there is like the one of the 5 best in the NBA, and
Yeah.
sometimes I walk in there and I'm like, what's happening? What's happening in the UC right now?
Yeah, I would say one of the most electric home crowds I've ever been in is when you and I went to the Magic
To the
Bulls
Magic
game.
game. Yeah, might be one of the 5 best live events I've ever been to.
Yeah.
It was the game for people who don't remember. This is in like 2023. Jalen Suggs hit a game-winning 3.
For people
I
who
almost-
don't remember. The regular
people who
season
don't
game between the
remember.
Bulls and Magic from 3 years ago.
It was sick. Yeah, people who weren't there, people who weren't sitting in those seats with us. But like I had my Magic gear on. I was the only Magic fan for miles.
Yeah, we were in the lower
And,
bowl. It was
we're in
you
the-
were in a
yeah.
sea of red.
I was in a sea of red, and that was fun, man. Like people like were tapping me on the shoulder to turn around, and then they'd yell at me. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was back and forth
fun.
too.
It
Needed
was
a
back
game winner.
and forth. Yeah, it was good, and they hit the game winner, and I was yelling at them, and they were really mad about it.
I do want to say it's very on brand for us that we brought up the Kings for a quarter of a second with the Malik Monk trade.
There's
Before-
they're the most boring team in the NBA, right? There's not a team. They're the worst league pass team. Yes,
The worst league pass. Hold on, I just want to see if there's anyone I can contend with that.
the Nets. But even the Nets, you're kind of like, what's happening here?
Even the Nets, you're like, Michael Porter Jr. is just gonna shoot 33s this game.
Oh shit! Look at Danny Wolf go to the rim. You know, like yeah.
Oh,
Look, they played one of the rookies. They played one of the rookies for 2 minutes. The Wizards.
Yeah, Wizards have a case.
Yeah,
Wizards have a case.
Wizards have a case.
Yeah, I would say Wizards are Kings for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The Grizzlies every 7 games when Ja isn't playing.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I say that as a joke. I saw a stat that Ja Morant has not played more than 6 games in a row since 2023.
You want me
That's
to break off my
outrageous.
Ja Morant headline?
Oh yeah, if you got Ja Morant headline, go for it.
Yeah. Ja Morant. Ja Morant set to miss January as Atlanta Hawks sputter.
That's good. I have an Atlanta Hawks one too. Let's navigate this Ja Morant thing, and then we'll do my Atlanta Hawks one. And then
Well,
probably
this
move
is
on
all
from there, unless you got a
combined.
really good one.
There are 3 guards. There's really like 3 or 4 players in the NBA who are definitely good.
Yeah.
But like have 0 trade value. So the
Let me
only
guess.
choice.
Let me guess who you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Ja Morant.
Mhm.
Trae Young.
Yep.
Is the third one you're gonna say here also a guard?
I mean, there's a couple guys. I mean,
Okay,
you
'cause
know,
my other
it
thought
depends.
was
You could
Zion.
go a lot of ways with this. Zion is one of them.
Yeah.
We call this the Zach LaVine tier.
Oh, Zach LaVine. Yeah, there you go. Zach LaVine tier is perfect for that.
Yeah. There's another one that I'm not thinking of.
I know. I feel like I'm forgetting one, too.
LaMelo Ball.
Oh yeah, nice. Who I think probably has the most trade value out of all 4 of those guys.
Out
which
of all
is
4 of
wild.
those guys, just because
He's 24.
and he's really popular.
Yeah,
Like just
because
like
of
eyeballs.
this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because of 6'7", exactly. The kids love him. The kids love behind the back passes. this generation is sick. The kids love full court football heaves.
You think Jokic should be more popular?
I would too. So what a bummer it is that he's hurt, man. What the fuck?
I know.
I love Yoke. I love Yoke. He's the best. It seems to me the only way you can move these guys is just to trade them for each other. And I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to get at least one of those guys that's almost straight up one guy for the other.
Yeah, should we just do like they got Zion coming off the bench now. Should we just do like a 4-team, everyone rotate one to the right thing?
What team could fix Zion? Is there any team you'd be like, they'll probably get something out of him?
I know the Raiders kind of need a linebacker.
Yeah, then they could let him put on weight and he can get on the line.
Yeah, just play defensive tackle.
Yeah, exactly.
Ravens, you can step in for Matabuke.
He can definitely play. He's 6'5", so he can
Dude, he's
definitely
fucking
play
huge.
defensive
Yeah.
tackle, dude.
Can you go back to
Yeah.
Duke?
That would be cool. There's that one guy who got drafted in the first round and is going
Yeah,
back to college.
Going back.
You
Yeah,
read about
exactly.
that? Yeah.
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 And the NCAA is pissed.
Yeah. Even though that guy never played a minute of NBA basketball. Who gives a shit? Never played.
I don't even know why people are upset about it, man. I couldn't tell you. I don't get it.
Yeah. Like, he's going to score 16 for that team. Like, who cares?
Do you have any other thoughts on the Hawks? Yeah.
Any more thoughts on the Hawks? I just need Trae Young off that team.
Yeah, so here's my Trae Young trade that I have as
it.
a headline. And this one works. I did it in a trade calculator, so it fits all the rules. Hawks trade Trae Young and a pick for Jaime Jaquez, Pele Larson, and Tyler Hero.
No, not Pele. Not my guy Pele.
Salary filler. Poor Pele Larson's got to go play in Atlanta. Well, I guess
Miami getting Trae Young is really just me. That's really a nightmare for me. As someone whose least favorite team is the Atlanta Hawks because of Trae Young, to still have to play Trae Young 4 times a year as the Magic, I hate that. That's awful. I have to watch Trae Young more still.
I just want to see a new billboard in South Beach that says the new big 3, and it's Bam Adebayo, Kalo Ware, and Trae Young.
Norm Powell was in the trade, you said? So he can't.
No, Norm Powell's not in the trade. That's a good point.
I was going to say, Norm Powell's the biggest name on that board. He's first build.
Yeah, Kalo Ware plays like 14 minutes a night, and I put him over Norm Powell.
Yeah.
Listen, I just need bad things to happen to Jaime Jaquez because, as I previously stated, he is my mortal enemy since he has the bot in chess.com that I can't beat.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a few other headlines. None of them are necessarily all that good, so I'm willing to move on to our next thing unless you got someone that you really want to rip off here.
I do have one more.
Yeah, what's your last
one?
Let's hear it.
Celtics first place in East after deep playoff run following Jason Tatum's return.
Yeah,
it's happening. Everyone, prepare yourselves. It's prepare your bodies. It's happening. Prepare your Achilles tendons. Prepare your ACLs. Jason Tatum will be playing. The Celtics will make a deep run in a weak East. I don't know if they're going to make the finals, but just everyone get your bodies ready for that.
I want to offer you 3 outcomes for the 2026 season, and you tell me which one you would prefer. Not which one you think is most likely, just what you would prefer. OKC repeat. San Antonio wins the title. Celtics come back with Jason Tatum. No, for 2026. This title this year. Yeah. Celtics come back and win the title.
San Antonio is probably the most fun one, right?
Not for me.
Ranked at San Antonio. Well, yeah, obviously not for you. You hate Wemby because, yeah. But of those 3, for me, it's Wemby number 1, Celtics number 2, Thunder 3. I want to like the Thunder. I really do. They're a small market team. I hate hating on a small market team. I'm not against them because like it's bad for the NBA or anything. They're just really boring to watch. They just play swarming defense and get a lot of fouls. And it really pisses me off. I hate watching them. They're really good at it.
You heard that here first, Mark Dagnall. You play boring basketball.
They do. They don't play ethical basketball.
Let's talk about
ethical basketball.
Let's talk about OKC a little bit here. So the Spurs beat them 3 times in December.
Yeah,
and they play again on January 13th, probably without Wemby.
Yeah.
I kind of just want to get your temperature. Like, how real is this Spurs thing over OKC?
It's gotta be. I mean, we'll find out in January, right? This feels like, not to, again, I can't help but compare everything to the Bears, like Bill Simmons compares everything to the Boston sports, but
right.
This feels like, well, it's like the Bears beat the Eagles a few months, like last month, and everyone went, "Oh, the Bears, they're actually a good team. They're not like, they're not like just like coasting off of crazy wins. They're not going to be a complete collapse team." And they beat the Packers 2 weeks later, and everyone went, the Bears, okay. And then they beat another really good team that I can't remember thinking of. And everyone goes, "Oh, okay, so they're one of the like 10 best teams in the league. Cool, okay, they're just here." And this is the Spurs thing. They beat the Thunder once, and you're like, "Oh, that was fun. That's cool." So I guess the Spurs are like legit scrappy. They're frisky. They beat the Spurs the second time. They blow them out, and everyone's like, I think I need to see it one more time. And they did it a third time, and you're like, huh, I guess.
Yeah, the home and home on the 23rd and 25th was really the selling point there. Like, there's a level to this that's there's one way to beat Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and that's when he pulls up to take a mid-range jumper, being
Just
a
knock
guy
it out of the
who's
sky.
7'5", who he can't push away with his off arm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that helps. That's good. That's good for business.
Did you see any of the Alex Caruso Wemby minutes?
Oh yeah, what the fuck, man?
Out of control.
Out of control. I don't know whose idea that was in the huddle to be like, all right, listen, Alex Caruso guards big sometimes because he gets in there, he hand fights, he does scrappy white guy stuff. What if he guards the biggest?
Yeah, it works. But that's the funny thing is like the thing about Joker, he plays low. He plays all over the place. Like the whole idea of Caruso defending Jokic is that his arm level for Caruso is where Jokic dribbles the ball.
Yeah.
Wemby will just turn around over Caruso and put it in. Crazy.
When they started figuring out earlier this season, like the Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Wemby lob shit, I was like, it's fucking curtains, man.
Yeah.
How do you defend that?
It's
like
over.
they can throw it up higher than anyone. Like even like I know the whole like passing the torch French big man defensive player of the year thing. Like they can throw it over Gobert, and Wemby can catch it and dunk it because he's bigger than
insane.
Gobert.
It's insane. Like the Olympics were the first time I saw Gobert and Wemby next to each other, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Gobert looks like a guard.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Like Wemby, like I hate the whole like, it's kind of like I have a little bit of an aversion to the Greek freak moniker, just like I do with calling Wemby an alien, because I don't like dehumanizing
Othering
athletes.
them? Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But it's kind of where you get the whole like Wemby alien thing, is that when he's standing next to people, you're like, well, that's ridiculous. And like you would get that with like, I mean, even fucking what's his name from this is gonna be the stupidest way I ever going to what's his name from John Wick 3?
Oh, Boban?
Yeah, you get that a little bit with Boban. where like he would stay next to someone and you'd be like, that looks wrong. But like the difference is like Wemby also can like hit threes and dunk and play like ridiculous defense and is athletic.
Well,
So,
that's
like,
the crazy thing about basketball players is you only see them next to other basketball players. I saw Harrison Barnes walk into my restaurant one time, and I was like, holy shit, that's the biggest person I've ever seen, and he's like a mid-sized NBA player.
Yeah. I always think about that with the first time I ever saw like photos of Jason Tatum hanging out with his girlfriend, wife, whoever it is, Deuce Tatum's mother.
Yes.
And
Partner.
yeah, his partner. Thank you. And like every time I'd see Jason Tatum, he just looked like a normal person. But then when you see him standing next to normal people, you're like, oh my god, he has the longest arms ever on a human.
Well, that's the funny thing about Desmond Bane is properly, like, he has normal length arms. That was kind of his knock. That's why he was drafted in the second round, is like he doesn't have long arms. He has like very normal length arms. So when you look at him next to other NBA players on the court, he has like tiny, stubby, little person arms. But his wingspan is still bigger than mine. Like,
is his best comp Will Campbell? Is that the best cross?
Yeah,
comp?
Will Campbell.
T-Rex arms Bane.
I'm all in on Bane. I already love Desmond Bane so much, dude. I know he's not shooting threes, but like he's such a son of a bitch.
If you just build the whole plane.
Build the whole plane
Desmond
out
Bane
of
and Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, build the whole plane out of Suggs and Bane, and then the plane will crash regularly because they both play so hard they get hurt all the time.
But also then, if the plane crashes, you get the great Bane line where he says, they expect one of us in the wreckage.
They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother. One of my favorite things this year has been Jalen Suggs' Deion Sanders neckband, and they banned it. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see that.
The NBA was like, you can't wear it around your neck. Can't wear it around your neck. And meanwhile, you're like, hey, Adam Silver, what's going on with aspiration, huh? Meanwhile, it's like not explained why they banned it. They just said stop doing it.
Yeah, who knows? It's
bullshit,
just,
man.
Because soccer players don't do it.
I do have one more headline for you. Just
do you?
off real quick.
Yeah. What's your headline?
Checking in on Mike Malone as head coach of the Orlando Magic.
I don't hate it.
I love Jamal Mosley. He seems like a good dude. He's a good defensive coach. He got buy-in from a young team for a long time. This guy cannot coach an offense. This is the most meandering, no direction, Like you know why I still believe in Paolo is every time he gets the ball, it's off of like the softest screen you've ever seen. And he's like isoing up against Pascal Siakam from 14 feet. And you're like, this is not optimal for Paolo.
Yeah, like Paolo has he currently is shooting a career low. He also has a career low usage percent. Like Anthony Black has a higher usage percentage than Paolo right now.
But that's the thing, kind of deservedly so. I don't want to be like it's if the offense is this stagnant, Anthony Black can beat you on the dribble. Anthony Black, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be like Magic Homer right now. Anthony Black is the least talked about breakout that's happening in the NBA. Like this dude's
Most
averaging
improved?
over 20 points over the last 10 games. Like this dude is this guy is playing some freaking basketball.
Let's see what his most improved odds are right now.
He also passed the dad test, Anthony Black, in which
Yeah.
I was home for the holidays, and Anthony Black had like 35 points, and my dad was watching the Magic for the first time all year. He was like, this Anthony Black guy, where'd he come from? He's really good.
Anthony Black is currently tied for 6th in terms of most improved player odds, behind Jalen Duren, Ryan Rollins, Keontae George, Jalen Johnson, and Denny Advia.
Here we go. Anthony Black over the last 10 games is averaging 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists.
Kind of rules.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
22,
really
5,
good.
and 5 out of a guy that wasn't expected to be like a central
On
focus.
top of that, 40% from 3.
Pretty good.
He's
Pretty
really
good.
The
Pretty good.
best Orlando Magic roster, the best lineup this year has been Suggs, Black, Bane, Franz, Wendell Carter Jr. It just has. And I don't know.
That is such an Orlando Magic lineup. That is wild.
I know. Yeah, it's a sick lineup, isn't it? It rocks. But my thing is I don't know. I don't know that my problem is I'm worried that the Magic are going to pull the trigger on something drastic at the trade deadline. Giannis. Trade Paolo for Giannis or whatever.
Ja.
Yeah. Or do something crazy. They don't need a guard anymore, weirdly enough. That's the first time ever they've not needed a guard. They've got 3 pretty good ones. But like Mosley, I'd like to see this team with a real offense, with a real guy, with someone who can coach an offense. I would be really curious to see someone.
2027, Steve Kerr.
Sure, I'd take it. I'd be interested.
Doc Rivers.
Anyway, that's my Magic piece. Is I basically they're either going to do something drastic and like trade Paolo and it's going to be weird, or they're going to change the head coach. It's going to be one or the other. This is because this team just isn't clicking right now, and if they click, they could be like contenders in the East, but it's not happening.
You know what? Since we're talking about this, let's hop into a topic we had later on here. Let's talk about the actual coaches on the hot seat right now.
Yeah.
Let's burn through this. So I had 4 written down that I think are like legitimately hot seat candidates right now. My question is like, how hot is anyone's seat really? Like I don't think that there's like a clear this guy's out candidate this year.
No, because all the really bad teams, it's like first year.
Yeah, or it's guys they really like Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Who they're going to stick with what's-his-face for.
Yeah, we've already dropped the 2 leading candidates to start the year.
Yeah.
Willie Green and Chauncey Billups for non-basketball reasons, but now those guys are both gone.
So here's some of them. So first off, the Kings, Doug Christie. It's his first full season as a head coach. He was interim last year after they fired Mike Brown. He's got to be the worst coach in the NBA, right? Like, this Kings team is bad. He's bad. Mike Brown is doing great things with the Knicks. I mean, they're the 2 seed in the East right now. Their offense is so much more productive. Although, God, imagine your entire team falling apart because your 6th man's injured, which keeps happening to the Knicks every time Josh Hart goes out. Like, last night, I was watching the Philly game. As soon as Brunson went off the floor, it was like high schoolers were out there playing against Philly. They were so disorganized, and we're never in the right spots is like, God, what is Josh Hart doing for that team when he's not out there? But anyways, not to talk about.
Yeah, otherwise it's got to be Doc Rivers.
I have Doc
right?
Rivers written down. Yeah.
Tuomas Ayasola on the Grizzlies, right?
He's another guy that like that would take
just not enough information, you know?
That would take chutzpah from management to go through and say, yeah, we handpicked this guy. We said he's going to be the guy, and now we're firing him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Same for like all the other new guys, you know?
So here are my 2 question ones, and we'll start here. Billy Donovan. The Chicago
Interesting.
Bulls.
Is he good?
That's a good question. He's been there a long time. I'm pulling it up right now to make sure I get it right. He got hired in 2020. During his time in Chicago, he's gone 212 and 223, 435 total games for
Jeff Fisher ass head coach.
Yeah, for a 48% winning percentage. OKC fired him right before they turned into title contenders. That's what you need to know about Billy Donovan. And
Jeff Fisher.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff Fisher of the NBA.
Jeff Fisher of the NBA.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like I have these 2 warring thoughts on this. He hasn't been in the playoffs since 2022.
Yeah.
His team every year sits right around 500.
Uh-huh.
And their high-end, supposedly build around these players, prospects, fluctuate so much on not just like a month-to-month basis, but a season-to-season basis on how high quality they are. Like Buzelis and Kobe White and Patrick Williams go from being like in the conversation for up-and-coming stars down to maybe think about offloading this guy. I mean, like Giddy and Kobe White go out. Buzelis steps in. He has one great game and one terrible game. Like it's just there's so much inconsistency going on here. But to say all that, you immediately have to follow it up with: do they want to fire a coach and have to pay out the rest of his contract?
That's an excellent question. Chicago has to have the worst owners of any professional sports city, like across the board, like not counting.
Yeah.
I mean, because like Sacramento only has the Kings, so you can't really say them.
Right.
Of any city with multiple teams, you know.
Right.
Between Reinsdorf with the White Sox and the Bulls, the McCaskies who are going to move the Bears to Indiana or whatever, and I guess then the Cubs who. I don't know if you've read about them, but there's a lot of interesting stuff going on there. This team, these guys bought the Cubs and then they invested a ton of money, got the World Series, and then stopped investing money in the team because they got the World Series.
I didn't see about that.
So that they could, and then the money they took out, they're just giving to Donald Trump. That's what they're doing.
Excellent, love it.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
No notes.
Tough look for the Chicago sports scene. How are the Blackhawks? Who owns the Blackhawks?
Is that the Reinsdorfs as well?
It might be.
It might be. I'll pull it up.
We don't need to. This is not important. This is a tangent. But my point being is
the
it's
Ritz
like
family. Ritz.
Yeah. Ritz. Like Ritz-Carlton?
WRITZ.
Interesting. Well, anyway, regardless, my point still stands of like this is a city of teams that will not spend money. And
yeah.
You know, because they're like, we're unpretentious. We're not. No, I'm kidding. We don't like to spend money on our sports teams.
They also just started doing this bullshit like Gotham Sports app shit, where now the White Sox, Blackhawks, and Bulls all have like their own separate streaming thing you have to pay for. So you can't get them on local TV, and you can't get them on the individual like league passes when you're in the local area. You have to pay a separate fee to this different app to watch
The worst part about living in Chicago was that the half the Bears games were blacked out. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
I can't. This is driving me insane. You know, it's like the Soldier Field has 60,000 seats. We're filling it. You don't need to black these games out, you know?
Yeah. It's not the Bengals. Like the people are gonna go see.
People are going to go see the
Bears.
Chicago Bears. That's the funny
Yeah.
thing about the Bears is that now that they're good again, they are single-handedly the most popular team in the city by such a wide margin. It's not even close.
Yeah, it's like literally a switch.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't the only thing that could surpass it is if the Bulls entered like number 1 seed in the East territory again.
We were in a packed theater to see Avatar at 10:15 p.m. and people were watching the Bears on their phones instead of Avatar.
Yeah.
Like that's what Chicago's up to.
In a packed theater that people went to opening night in 40X, $35 a ticket to see Avatar.
Yeah, it was 40X. We were like flying, and we were like, we're getting
Yeah.
tossed out of our seats trying to hang on to watch the Bears game.
Someone announced to a crowd, once again in a movie theater, a place where you typically don't announce things to the crowd, that the Bears had won and got cheers
Yeah, from most of the crowd.
from most of the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, it was loud. It was cool.
What a city.
Anyway,
man.
what a city. Anyway, we're talking about the Bears, not basketball. Jason Kidd to be fired. How do we feel
Jason
about
Kidd is not a bad one. I didn't have that one written down because once again, like after the whole mess with management, when they had to cut bait partway through the season.
It feels to me like maybe there's just like there's a reset button coming should this season not pan out for the Mavericks. Like if they miss the play-in, like they're like, you know what? Let's just clean slate it. We'll trade one of Kyrie or Anthony Davis, get rid of Jason Kidd, and just try again.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. The other one I had written down, Quinn Snyder.
I disagree with that one.
Atlanta's coming a little bit in under expectation. They've been
But they've been
up and
over
down.
expectation without Trae Young. I want to see Quinn Snyder coach this team without Trae Young on it. That's what I want to see, because then I think they're like a 4 seed.
Trae Young's been hurt. He's played.
Yeah, I know they're better without him.
Yeah, I know. He's played 19 games, 10 games. He's played 10 games.
Yeah.
He's
I don't know.
Trae
I
Young's
just don't
stat line, by the way, on the season: 19, 1 and 8 on sub 30% 3-point shooting.
I cannot stand Trae Young. I think
I know.
I think this is the most useless basketball player in the league. I would take Ja Morant. I would take LaMelo Ball. I would take all those guys before I took Trae Young. That's where I'm at. Zion.
There was. Have we talked about the billboard that was in Chicago with Trae Young, right? Have we talked about this?
No.
There was a Sprite billboard with Trae Young on it that said "served best ice cold," and it was Trae Young doing his like whole like, "Hey, I ran this through a focus group to make sure I got it right," like cold burr thing.
Well, you know what's funny about that is that's what Caleb Williams does now, right?
I didn't. I saw him do it once after the DJ.
But he
Moore
doesn't.
touchdown.
It's not the Trae Young. He's copying a soccer player. There's a soccer player named Cole Palmer who plays for Chelsea. Who does that?
I should know that. I'm the soccer guy, I think.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Yeah.
I'm the Bears guy, so I know all that like deep lore fan shit.
I really need like organizational flowchart to figure out which guy should know which thing for you, me, and Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
yeah, I
know
mean, like-
exactly who to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like Tyler. He knows where the Caleb Williams celebration came from and all of the Jim Jarmusch movies.
Yeah.
That's Tyler's MO.
So who's the next coach fired? That should really be the core question here.
I find it hard to believe. Maybe Doc Rivers.
Yeah, what would be the case there? Because they also
It's not working.
yeah, I mean, does it ever work with Doc? He is.
He did win a
coasting.
title.
But he's coasting off that title, man.
No one's coasted off of one title more than Doc Rivers, sure.
Every-
Except for Sean Payton. That's right. I said it.
Every stop Doc Rivers has gone to has ended worse than the previous one, and he's still getting jobs.
Yeah, it's getting worse every time. That's the funny thing about Doc. It's like every time it gets worse. Like this is,
Yeah.
like you're like, oh well, his Celtics great, Clippers not that great, but better. He did pretty, not the worst thing in the world.
Perennial playoff team.
Perennial
Trouble in
playoff
game
team.
sevens,
Like
yeah.
troubles with game sevens, but like we'll still hire Doc. Philadelphia bad. Oh boy,
Yeah.
no, it did not work out. Another game 7 last year. Like this is bad. Goes to the Bucks, and now they're not even going to make the playoffs. It's just a steady decline.
Yeah,
Did I
like
tell you I saw him one time at the grocery store next in West Hollywood, walking around?
no, you didn't.
Yeah. He was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Oh God, it's Doc Rivers."
Yeah, so like in Philly, it's like fuck. They're in the playoffs. They have Embiid. Just doesn't work out. And then he goes to the Bucks. And like the important thing with the Bucks is like not only are the Bucks not competitive, but they are having like a generational crisis with what to do about Giannis and this team. They've
Just
traded away
trade
all their
him,
picks.
guys. What are we doing? It's not. Here's my thing about trading Giannis. Keeping him is not gonna work.
Yeah.
What are we? Just move on. It's like a marriage, you know. It's like you just gotta move on. Sometimes it's just better for everybody if you just move on.
You need to tell us something going on in your personal life there, Tyler?
This is not not a personal anecdote.
Okay, just making sure. Just to double check. Just want to make sure my buddies everything's going all right with him.
Everything's going great.
All right, just want to make sure. That's all.
Home Alone.
That's all. Haven't seen my wife in weeks.
Haven't seen my wife in weeks. It's been a week since I've seen my wife. She's still in Chicago. So.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah, she has to house sit. So that's
Does
why.
she want to
that's why
go?
we're there in the first place.
Does she want to go hang out at a barcade?
Oh yeah, to shoot her a text. I'll give her the number.
Yeah,
Give her your number.
That's great.
Go hang out.
Go there and talk about Jackson Pollock.
That's right. I remember that.
Why don't we close it out here? Why don't we go through the best and worst League Pass games of the next 2 weeks?
Yep.
And call it a podcast at that point, since I have 20 minutes of movie talk to edit out, and also I'm.
You gotta cut all of that out. I did reference the Cinematrix thing, so you got to keep that in there.
Yeah,
but
of course.
You got to cut all of that out.
Of course. So as we do with almost all these podcasts, last time we did Christmas games. So as we do with all these podcasts, we have picked the best and worst League Pass games from this podcast until the next one. Any that we overlap on, we will watch and write a letterboxd review based off that game. I will go ahead here and rattle off my best ones, and you let me know if we overlap on any of these.
Yep.
January 6th, a day they'll live in infamy. Phoenix at Houston. Phoenix at Houston. I like this Phoenix team.
This is worst or best?
Best.
Okay, I was about to be like, this is a good game, Adam. What are we doing here?
It's a good game. January 7th, a day they'll also live in infamy. The Los Angeles Clippers at the New York Knicks. Clippers. Hottest team in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard rolling back the clock.
I also have that one. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any Clippers game. What the fuck are we doing here?
January 9th. 76ers at Orlando Magic.
I do have that one, yeah.
Yeah, I figured. All right, let's highlight that one. That'll be a watch. Also, January 9th, the Knicks at the Suns. That's right. 2 Suns games on my best list.
Suns? Pretty good. They don't even. Jalen Green hasn't even played.
Yeah.
2 games this year.
Don't need Dylan Brooks and Colin Gillespie.
Yeah.
And finally, January 12th, the Nick Nurse-led Philadelphia 76ers are at the Toronto Raptors, who are flagging. They're still a lot of fun.
Well, RJ Barrett's been out, so
yeah.
And I've said that, like for the last 5 years, that would have been a joke to say that, but RJ Barrett's been really good this year.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it just because he's in Canada?
What are the odds? I saw someone post this on Reddit the other day. How long before RJ Barrett is the best of those top 3 from that draft? How long before you would take RJ Barrett over Ja Morant and Zion in a redraft?
Yeah, like 4 years from now. If
RJ Barrett just averages 20 points a game for the next 4 years, you're just like, I don't know. RJ is just the better asset. I don't know.
That is a great point. You know what? We should dog ear that and come back to it in 4 years if both of us are still alive and do a podcast where we just redo that draft.
Boy, I hope we're still alive, and I hope we're still podcasting.
I hope we're still podcasting too. By then, I'm sure we'll have figured out a movie podcast, right?
Yeah, by then, something consistent to do.
Hey, if you've been like alone in your apartment for a week, what have you been doing? Just like hammering movies?
And hammering movies. I watched 5 movies on January 1st.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, your letterbox went ridiculous on the first.
Yeah. I put 5 on the board day 1. We are not the same.
Including your 1 a.m. fucking Stranger Things finale.
Well, New Year's Eve, I worked at the restaurant, so I didn't get home till 1 a.m.
Good money that day?
I was like, yeah. I served a bunch of Indiana University boosters.
Oh, nice.
So that was cool. Yeah.
Did they just exclusively
it included
talk about
Mike
Fernando Mendoza?
Pence's parents? So
How did
It's
they feel
interesting.
about like the
Fernando
LA vibe?
Mendoza.
Oh,
They were having
yeah.
they were great. They were like, we're having a good time. We're going to the Rose Bowl tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch Indiana kick the shit out of Alabama. Anyway,
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was like, why were Indiana boosters in LA? Yeah, the
yeah,
Rose
they
Bowl.
were there
No
next
shit.
for the
Yeah.
Rose Bowl. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And I got home and I was like, I can't sleep. Too wired. Working at the restaurant a lot. So I watched The Wizard of Oz at 2 a.m. So that was my first one on the first. Next day, got up, went and ripped off a double feature with my friends. We saw No Other Choice, and then they hadn't seen Marty Supreme, so then I watched Marty Supreme again.
Yeah.
Got home, edited for 4 hours, watched Sinners with my best friend O'Neill because we were like, fuck it, let's just throw on Sinners because that's sick. He left at around midnight, and then I was like, I'm just going to throw on the Stranger Things finale, which I can log on Letterboxd, apparently.
Do you think if I like put $100 on the board and you have to sit there and watch The Wizard of Oz, Wiz, Wicked, Wicked for Good, and Oz the Great and Powerful in a row, you can pull that off for $100?
In one day? For $100,
in a row.
Yeah. Easy. There's only one of those movies is actively bad.
Yeah. Yeah,
there are
but
two that
that's
I'm
why,
not huge fans of, but like
that's why you got to put it at the end, especially after Wicked and Wicked for Good. Like those two movies combined are like 12 hours long.
yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
My worst League Pass games.
Yes, yeah. Wait, can I say one of my best games that
Oh yeah,
didn't
go
get
for it.
picked? Cavs Timberwolves on the 8th. I'm into that game. That'll be cool. I'm into that. Curious.
They have one game that's League Pass and one game that's on Peacock. I can't remember.
That's the League Pass game.
Okay,
this
cool.
one, yeah, the 8th is a League Pass one.
So I initially looked at that. The Cavs have, they've been rough.
It's not been great. It's not been great.
We had a segment that we ended up skipping, just for time, where we could talk about trades. And one of the people I wanted to bring up in there was Darius Garland, who is like, what's going on with Darius Garland, man? Like, is he just gonna be hurt forever now?
Put him in the Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, John Morant camp. He's getting there.
Yeah, Trae Young for Darius Garland. Who says no?
The Cavs.
Yeah, probably the Cavs, right?
Yeah, because that's a lot of money to take on with Trae Young.
It's a lot of money.
I don't think that works. I don't think
the last thing I would want to do, is bring in, like, if I'm getting rid of Darius Garland, or like, I mean, like their big three of like, should we trade this guy? Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. If I'm getting rid of any of those three guys, I'm definitely not bringing in a ball-dominant guard to take touches away from Donovan Mitchell.
100%. Adam, I know I do this every single time, but I do need to run to the bathroom.
Okay. All right, want to rattle off my worst League Pass games for you?
Yep.
January 7th, I got two of them.
Oh, interesting.
The Pelicans are at the Hawks.
I don't have that one.
Yeah. This is honestly pretty good, pretty mid stretch of League Pass games, I should say. There wasn't a ton of like incredible, like knock your socks off ones. Not a ton of terrible ones. My other one on the 7th. The Magic are at the Nets.
Magic at the Nets. That is a pretty bad game. I also have a Magic game on here. Yeah. I hate watching my own team. This shit sucks, man. I've seen the light. The Bears have a good offense. Why doesn't everyone just root for teams that have fun offenses? What are we doing?
That was me for the whole Dan Snyder era with Washington, where I just watch the Commanders and then they lose, and I'd be like, "Good, hate you. You should lose."
Yeah, the Magic. I'm like, yeah, take that ISO jumper. Yeah, go. Yeah, you shoot that. You shoot that. Go for it. Oh, 0 time left on the clock. You just throw it at Desmond Bain so you can jack up a bad three. Yeah, good. I hope you fucks. Run a real offense.
On the 8th, the Pacers are at the Hornets. Pacers at the Hornets.
I don't have that one either. I don't think I wrote that one down.
On the 9th, Pelicans at the Wizards.
I do have that one.
There you go. Okay. I knew we had to get one in there.
Yeah.
And finally, on the 14th, Jazz at the Bulls.
I don't have that one. I like watching the Jazz.
I like watching listen, I'm saying the next 2 weeks don't have a lot of like dog shit basketball.
Can I say I have another one on the 9th. I have two on the 9th.
Yeah, what are your ones on the 9th?
Clippers at Nets is the other one.
How dare you? This Clippers team fucking rules. Michael Porter Jr. going shot For shot against Kawhi Leonard?
Michael Porter Jr. and James Harden are averaging the same number of points this year.
I don't know who that's sadder for, honestly. Like, who is that?
It's 26. The number is 26, by the way.
Who is that more of an indictment of? That James Harden has fallen so far from his MVP levels that he's averaging the same amount of points as Michael Porter Jr., or that prime Michael Porter Jr. in his best season as an offensive creator can only average as much as washed James Harden?
By the way, $5 if you can tell me who the lead scorers on Pelicans and the Wizards are and what their numbers are.
Okay, Pelicans is going to be Trey Murphy.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to say he's averaging 22.
Now he's at 20.5.
Fuck. Wizards. I'm going to say the wrong one here. Is it Keontae George or Keyshawn George?
It's Keyshawn George is on the Wizards, but it is not Keyshawn George. It is Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr, 18 a game from Sarr.
leading the Wizards at 18 a game.
17.7, actually, if that makes it sadder.
We should
Alex Sarr, good. I'm in on Alex Sarr. I think he's gonna be good.
You know
he's
what
gonna be like a top 10 NBA center for sure.
You know what we should do on the next podcast?
What?
We should do like an Our Guy segment or something like that.
Yeah.
Like dudes we're in on that aren't like in the natural. Like I'll even give you Denny Advia. Like even though he's like up and coming, like he's like entering.
I
the
had him
spotlight,
before
like,
the season.
You had him, yeah. So like I almost feel like we should be like claim our guys kind of thing.
I've had Denny since I was at one of Luka's last Mavericks home games, and I watched Denny put up like 30 on the Mavericks.
Excellent. So we have 2 games to watch on the 9th, by the way. Those are only games we have to review, but we need to watch 76ers, Magic, and Pelicans, Wizards.
Bro, I can't watch either of those games. I'm busy as hell on the 9th.
Well, you have to catch up.
I do. I at least watch the
You're
extended recap of the game.
Yeah. Which is all you really need.
Yeah. Especially the bad games. I will do like the 20-minute long recap video.
I think fun.
I'll fire up one of those.
Well, that's all I got. 2 weeks we'll be back. We'll do an Our Guys segment. We'll be talking. I'm not talking fucking all-star teams. Fuck that.
You're the king of awards. You're the awards king. You're a disgusting sicko for awards, and you don't care about the All-Star game.
I love awards. I don't give a fuck about. There's no sport I care about the All-Star game, man.
Really? I feel like the NBA is the one that kind of matters a little bit.
Make it less ridiculous.
Like, yeah, but I don't care about the event, but the actual number of All-Stars does get thrown around in Hall of Fame conversations. Pro Bowls should not be thrown around.
You know, it shouldn't. Mac Jones is a Pro Bowl. Tua Tagovailoa is a Pro Bowl.
Mitchell Trubisky has a Pro Bowl.
Mitchell Trubisky has a Pro Bowl. He also has an MVP.
He does have an MVP.
He has an MVP.
I'm shocked Trubisky hasn't gotten a starting job somewhere at post Bears. I'm really surprised because he was better than Justin Fields. I don't want to be that guy, but Trubisky was better than Justin Fields, and Justin Fields got like 2 shots at starting in other places, and Trubisky has never gotten that.
Yeah, but then he'd have to give up his spot as the backup guy who orders food in that commercial.
I know this is a basketball podcast and we need to end it, but I just want to say go Bears. Mm-hmm. What does Caleb Williams have to do over the next 2 weeks to be the best Bears quarterback of all time?
Win 2 playoff games? Oh, you said next 2 weeks, so he have to win 1 playoff game.
If he won 1 playoff game, would he be the best Bears quarterback ever?
Well, didn't Jim Kelly win a Super Bowl?
He already has 2 of the 10 best.
Not Jim Kelly, the other guy.
Jim McMahon.
Jim McMahon.
Yeah, but he didn't win that Super Bowl. He threw for like 2,800 yards that season. The defense won the Super Bowl. It's like, what is Walter Payton in the defense? Caleb, I'm just saying. Caleb Williams has. Did you know he is top 10 in all time in passing yards for the Chicago Bears already? He passed Justin Fields this year.
If they make the conference championship, I think he preliminary gets the crown. Like, unless that's the only thing he does, like next season, he just falls off a cliff. I think if they make the conference championship, he's officially, like, in pole position, unless, like, with an asterisk. Like, just, he's holding that spot for now, unless it all falls apart immediately.
I think, so, technically, statistically, he has 2 of the 10 best seasons of all time for the Bears. in his first 2 seasons.
That's fucking.
The underrated thing last year is everyone talks about like, oh yeah, Caleb Williams didn't break the passing yards record for the Bears last season. He did break the scrimmage yards record. If you add in his rushing yards, he does have that record. He is the most yards in his rookie year.
But he paints his nails. And the coaching staff got upset with him because he's dyslexic or something. I don't remember what that Tyler Dunn piece was on anymore. That was at the start of the year.
Yeah, Tyler Dunn punching air somewhere right now.
Yeah. Is he also the guy that had the story?
Tyler Dunn found dead in a ditch.
Is he also the guy that had the story about Sean McDermott using the 9/11 hijackers to motivate
Yes,
the team?
he did.
Yeah.
He had another story. He had like a real story too one time that was proven to be pretty correct.
Well, you know Tyler Dunn?
Piece, I don't doubt that piece that all those guys said those things about Caleb Williams. That's what I'd say about Tyler Dunn in that piece, is that those guys definitely said that stuff about Caleb.
Here's what I want to offer Tyler Dunn.
Yeah.
If Tyler Dunn feels that we have done wrong by him, he can come on the podcast and defend himself.
We can talk to him about it.
If he doesn't come on the pod,
that means we're right.
I just want to point out, there's a potential that the Piss Pants moniker needs to change to someone else.
Piss Pants Tyler Dunn.
Piss Pants Tyler Dunn. It's in contention. I'm not saying we're there yet. I'm just saying it's in contention.
I hate to be that guy, but I think Dan Quinn might get the Piss Pants moniker.
You can't be Piss Pants if you get fired.
Yeah, you have to be employed.
You have to be employed to afford those pants. Tyler, you got any plugs on the way out the door here?
Oh, no. Follow me on Letterboxd if you want to see my... If you want, you can tell what like, oh, he stopped watching movies as much. His wife is probably home. That's not a dig or anything. It's just I have stuff to do. I hang out with my wife. You know,
my first movie of 2026. I recorded yesterday.
What was it?
The Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, good first one.
Yeah,
good first one. Did you look at your Letterboxd stats? What was your first and last movie at 25?
Oh, I can pull that up real quick, and then we'll I'll do mine, you do yours, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
My 100th was AI.
My 100th was Hamnet.
My first, The Brutalist.
Ooh.
Yeah. And my last, December 27th, Handmaiden.
Hell yeah. That's a good too. My first was Death Proof, the Tarantino movie.
Fuck yeah.
And my last movie was Chainsaw Man.
A lot of overlap between those movies when you think about it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff about relationships, lots of stuff about men and women.
Those would be some of the overlaps, yeah.
I'm so excited for you to watch Chainsaw Man. We're going to do a whole pod about it.
If we can figure out a movie podcast, I will watch Chainsaw Man for it.
Copy
we can figure out the conceit for that. I'm thinking
that's the problem. Our movie podcast can't just be the big picture. We can't just do big picture segments.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there has to be a gimmick.
What if every week we cover the Star Wars prequels? It's an open slot. No one's doing it anymore.
No one's doing it anymore. Yeah, we could take over. But the bit about the Star Wars prequels is that we have to pretend we've never seen them before.
I got good news for you.
Right?
It's been a while. I might kind of be there.
Yeah. Well, every week we watch Rise of Skywalker.
There you go. That's the pitch. My lungs are going to explode, so let's get out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
See you in 2 weeks, buddy.
See you in 2 weeks. Week and a half, really.